Let's talk.
Spencer and Zach Explore the Universe is brought to you by Maine Spirits. Learn more about the delicious spirits they bring into the great state of Maine and what you can make with them at mainspirits.com, on Instagram at Maine_spirits, or download their app for your smartphone. Stay tuned at the end of the show for Happy Hour.
Spencer and Zach Explore the Universe is also brought to you by Bull Moose, now open for safe distance shopping. Get all of your music, movies, gaming, books, and pop culture needs at Bull Moose, with dozens of locations peppered throughout Maine and New Hampshire, or shop from home at bullmoose.com.
Also by State Theater, Portland, Maine. Though State Theater is closed for concerts at present, they are still working to bring you the best music entertainment in the comfort and safety of your home. Visit statetheater.com for more information, show schedules, and merchandise.
And by the Maine Music Alliance, a Maine-based nonprofit dedicated to the preservation of Maine's independent music venues. Learn more and donate at mainmusicalliance.org.
And by Sun Tiki Studios, a top-notch rehearsal and performance space on Forest Avenue in Portland. Though closed for concerts for the time being, Sun Tiki Studios is open for safe distance rehearsals. Learn more and book time at suntikistudios.com.
Nice.
My dog decided to wake me up today at 4:45 a.m.
Ooh, convenient.
Yeah. But luckily I had gone to bed early enough so that it was like actually okay. It wasn't like life-ruining. And plus I had a lot of work to do this morning, so I woke up and started mixing more tunes for the new record.
We're only halfway through the day and you've already started seizing it.
Yeah, this day's been seized. In fact, when we're done here, I think I'm going to release the day.
Well done.
Yeah. But as we were about to get on to do this recording, I realized that I had not yet eaten breakfast, which, pursuant to my get-up time, my wake-up time, is basically like a late lunch. Mm-hmm. So I made myself a burrito.
Ooh.
It was some steak.
Wow.
We had some leftover steak, so I made steak and scrambies with cheese,
Nice.
a little rice, salsa, hot sauce, some greens, and I wrapped that in a whole wheat tortilla and bit into it, and if it didn't explode all over the kitchen, everywhere, it was just like plop, and it was just like, it was a very moist burrito. Mm-hmm. And it was just like watching it just like bleh, slap
Oh, no.
down my arm. It's just like, thank you.
Like the little kid who loses the ice cream off the top of his ice cream cone.
Yeah, it was, but like piece at a time. Like there would be like these little sections of the tortilla. The tortilla aren't old, but not super fresh, and they're whole wheat, so they're a little bit more brittle than your kind of like elasticy, just white flour burrito or tortilla. So yeah, it just was I was amazed at how much of a mess I made.
Yeah, probably more tears than you would have had as a child as well.
Yeah, I was especially angry because I nailed those scrambies this morning.
Ooh.
Or just earlier this afternoon.
I kept it simple. A little parfait, granola and yogurt and some fresh fruit.
Peanut butter parfait.
It also means I'm going to be hungry again before we finish this, though.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. And speaking of this, we hope you enjoyed last week's Best of the Best, Steve Spielberg edition. Because if you didn't, you're probably not going to like this show either.
Well, we stirred up a little bit of controversy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Getting lots of texts.
I mean, I think that means we're doing something right. It's like I think that's the first step into like success is when people get angry at you. So.
Is that true?
I don't know.
If that were true, I think I'd be wicked famous.
Well, I mean, I guess angry at your content.
Oh, okay. Well, still.
Not your person.
Still. I like that you went to my person, not my content first. Thanks. What a pal. So, yeah, we so enjoyed last week's episode. It was a lot of these episodes are labor intensive, like one that we're working on till later in the evening yesterday. It's a bit of a production. But man, just the bracket system and the discussion that ensued, I really enjoyed it. Zach, did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like the sports people have it figured out. If you pit things against things, it's fun.
And you end up with the best of the best.
Exactly.
Yeah. I've always enjoyed that aspect of competitive sport.
Exactly.
So we did,
especially when it's like meaningless discussion overall.
Sure. Yeah. No one's living or dying.
Yeah. No real world consequences, just opinions.
Just opinions, and we try to keep it light.
Yeah.
Steve Spielberg has a ton of movies to put in a bracket system, which is not going to be the case for every director. But we started thinking like, well, what else is there a lot of that's great? Because that was the other fun thing too. Like when we did the Desert Island top 10, like you lost things. They're like, you're not losing anything here. It's just like, as we discussed actually after the show, like I still maintain that Close Encounters of the Third Kind is my favorite Spielberg movie. And you said Raiders, right?
Yep.
So that's still true. But I still think that if you had to send one Steven Spielberg movie to Mars to explain movies by Steve Spielberg, Jaws.
We picked the right one. Yeah.
We definitely picked the right one.
Yeah.
So, on that note, today we are going to do the best of the best sandwich edition. I can't believe I that's like my first stutter this whole thing, and it was like on the title.
Do you want to take two?
No.
I mean, we're not going to edit it, but you know.
Okay,
I
actually
do a second take if you want.
Just to prove myself, like live. So today we're going to do best of the best sandwich edition. I even put some stink on it that time.
Yeah, you nailed it.
You know,
I feel like this is good too because a few weeks ago we threw a little bit of shade at foodies, so this could be us making it up to the foodies, reeling them back in after maybe we lost them.
We don't need to make it up to foodies.
No, you're right.
No. Ease down, Ripley. I say to the foodies, ease down. The transaxle's blown. Ease down. Ease down. Michael Biehn, Aliens. So I brought up my breakfast earlier. Seemed arbitrary, but it wasn't, because it was a burrito. And the definition of sandwich, I want to call this up because I had it on my phone, but I can't look at it. Sandwich. Definition. Oxford Dictionary, a trusted dictionary. Sandwich. Noun. An item of food consisting of two pieces of bread with meat, cheese, or other filling between them, eaten as a light meal. Quote, a ham sandwich. So what is a sandwich? Well, according to Oxford, filling between two pieces of bread, eaten as a light meal, which they didn't see my burrito earlier. So we're talking about like we want to be inclusive on this list, but also like have some limitations, right? So we have a list of 16 sandwiches here, but not on that list are the following. Tacos and burritos, because that's one piece of bread, right? Or the wrap. Same rules for shawarma, because that's like kind of a cone, right? Or at least how I've had it. That's been. And we omitted hot dogs and the cheeseburger sandwich. And I brought up to Zach that my associates at Black Cow Burgers and I went deep down this rabbit hole. In fact, that company's stance is very firm. They even call it on their menu a cheeseburger sandwich. So, and it is technically two pieces of bread with filling in between. But it's kind of its own thing.
It is. I mean, it's weird. I've never gotten into a technical discussion before today on this. But yeah, I think of a cheeseburger as its own thing. But once you put it on like regular bread, it becomes a sandwich. Like I think Like I've had a cheeseburger club that I consider a sandwich, like a cheeseburger melt or patty melt, I guess I consider a sandwich. But then a cheeseburger is a cheeseburger. I don't know. Technically,
cheeseburger's a
yes,
cheeseburger.
sandwich, but it's a cheeseburger.
Yeah. So, and you might also be rewinding a bit and be like, wait a minute, hot dogs. What are you doing there? Well, my argument yesterday was like the hot dog. If a sub is a sandwich, then why is a hot dog is basically a Frankfurter sub?
That's the thing. You put an Italian sausage on a sub roll, and I'll call that a sandwich. But
Sure.
a hot dog on a hot dog bun, for some reason, is not a sandwich.
It's a hot dog.
It's a hot dog.
And then you might also be saying, like, wait a minute, you're mentioning subs here. But yes, we are. 2 pieces of bread. The sub is connected at the bottom. Or as Spose pointed out when we were recording last night, that if you buy an Amato's sandwich and leave it in your car long enough, eventually it will soak through and the bread will become 2 pieces of bread, thus becoming undoubtedly a sandwich. But it's billed as the submarine sandwich. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not saying people have to agree with us here. You might not agree, but these are just the rules that we came up with for our bracket system. So if you choose to play along, you can see online we've made our patented best of the best play along at home brackets trademark. So should we kind of go through and let's do it like we did last time. Let's not reveal the whole
I was going to say though,
enchilada.
It's nice if we actually do stir up some controversy, because then we get the angry comments or or we get schooled on the social medias, and then that ticks up the algorithm and gets more traffic in our direction. So complain away if you have anything that's bothering you about this list.
Well, yeah, we'd like to. Yeah, well, I don't know. You're like inviting in trolling. So I'm not sure what to think about this.
We'll see how it goes for a week, and then no.
I'd be happy to field any questions, but I don't like anybody else in this world in 2020. I don't need any more vitriol in my life. We're just talking about a sandwich. I'm going to preemptively say, like, cool your jets. We just talk about sandwiches here. The reason that we went with the sub as a sandwich is because they're sold as submarine sandwiches. So if you want to get mad at somebody, get mad at the submarine sandwich man.
The big sub industry.
That's right. It's another one of life's
advertising.
Yeah. Yeah, another one of life's pleasures ruined by big sub.
And they're
That's
Washington D.C. lobbyists.
Yeah, that's co-opting a Dave Letterman joke. I have to give credit where credit's due. Have you ever heard that Norm Macdonald do his favorite Dave Letterman joke on David Letterman's show?
Oh, I have not. I've seen Norm Macdonald do his Letterman impression on SNL, but
oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, gonna go. Would you like to hear me do my impression of Norm Macdonald doing his impression of David Letterman?
Is the admission free?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'd love to hear that.
I wouldn't charge for this shit. So basically, the joke is, my family and I were riding around in our car behind a garbage truck, and on the back of the garbage truck there was a sticker that says, "Please do not follow too closely." And I said, "Great, another one of life's pleasures ruined by a meddling bureaucracy."
Excellent.
Pretty good. And it goes on. It goes on. But that's that's the nuts and bolts of that one.
You nailed the cadence of his delivery as well.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. It is my impression of both of those people. Would you like to hear my impression of Morgan Freeman doing his impersonation? I'm just kidding. So let's jump into this list.
Let's get into this.
Let's do this. The first pair off is between the peanut butter and jelly sandwich and the grilled cheese.
2 undisputable classics.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich is a perfect food.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet, salty. Bread.
Go on.
That's all I got.
Oh, okay.
Crunchy peanut butter, smooth peanut butter. You do you. Smooth peanut butter with peanuts. It's great.
I mean, all sorts of jellies and jams that you
Oh
can
my God.
mix up. I mean, the possibilities are endless, and it's so easy to just slap 2 things on 2
Yep.
pieces of bread and go to work.
Oh yeah, I used to make incredibly stuffed PBJs, just like like an inch of peanut butter and then jelly just like globbing out the sides.
Ooh.
Actually makes me kind of sick to my stomach thinking about that. But a grilled cheese though, a grilled cheese.
Ugh, a little bit more effort, but it pays off big time.
And how like you think there's a selection of jellies? How about cheese? Holy shit! You can do cheese combos.
Ooh.
Different types of cheese to meet different needs within the context of the sandwich. I got my vote.
I got my vote.
What do you got?
I'm going to go with the grilled cheese.
It's got to be.
It's got to be.
All right.
I mean, plus it pairs well with, soups and stuff. It's, yeah.
But it can
great
also
sandwich.
tread that line between sweet and savory too.
That's right.
You know, PB&J leans more towards the sweet. The next 2, we're going to jump over to the hot button issue, the controversial submarine sandwich category. I can hear you all yelling out there. We have a meatball sub and a steak and cheese. Now, the steak and cheese includes all the variations thereof. So anytime we announce a general sandwich, it's like, well, what is it? Is it Philly or is it, like it's all of them. Mm-hmm. Right?
Because,
Whatever-
the Philly cheesesteak is a very specific thing.
Yeah, and it's
But
excellent.
Steak and cheese is, and they're both excellent.
But steak tips with melted provolone is also a thing.
Exactly.
So, or American
big-
cheese.
Big fan of Anthony's food shop right here in New York.
Oh my God.
The teriyaki steak and cheese with the steak tips marinated in teriyaki with some provolone or Swiss. It's really good.
That is a fantastic sandwich. In fact, free sponsorship for this program to Anthony's, located on Route 1 in York, Maine. Anthony's Food Shop. It is a gas station. They have a coffee roastery. They have a pretty remarkable beer and wine selection. You can dine in, take out, pizza. And usually when you have a place that does this many things, they fail miserably. This is not the case with Anthony's Food Shop, Route 1, York, Maine.
Yeah, they nail it all.
They nail it all. Man, their deli sandwiches are incredible. All right, so meatball sub, steak and cheese.
Man, this is tough because I would say there's like a year or more of my life where meatball sub was probably my favorite thing in the world. Mm-hmm. But, man, steak and cheese is just, especially, when you've got the variations and that Philly, I'll go with the Philly style with the cheese whiz and the shredded steak. And, man, I'm going to lean toward the steak and cheese, but
Yep,
I do
I'm with
love
you.
the meatball sub.
I love all these sandwiches that we're talking about.
Yeah, that's true. There's, I guess, much like the Spielberg, there's not a wrong answer here.
No, and all these sandwiches still exist.
That's right. They're not
You
getting
ready?
voted off the island.
You ready to move on to the next category?
Sure am.
Chicken salad sandwich and a tuna sandwich. Now, like the steak and cheese and the M-ball sub, the chicken salad, that could be chicken, curried chicken. You could do introduce the walnuts and grapes, whatever you want to do there. Tuna could be a melt. That's a tuna fish sandwich. So, chicken salad, both cool and refreshing. Can be made with oil instead of mayonnaise, both of them. Although I'm a mayo guy.
That's my when it comes to these these particular sandwiches.
Or just really any sandwich except for a PBJ. Actually, I'm looking down the list and there isn't a
PBJ
single
and M.
sandwich on here that wouldn't benefit or doesn't already include mayonnaise.
I think you're right about that.
It's delicious. Between chicken salad and tuna, I'm gonna go tuna.
Ooh, I'm a chicken salad guy.
Shit.
Yeah. And I also did not get a coin today. So
Fortunately for us, the coin I flipped in the last episode was right where it landed.
Excellent.
Hashtag neat freak.
I mean, there was a time when, I used to have coins in my pockets and all over the desk and everywhere, but, I don't spend money anymore.
Nope. Yeah, so neither make nor spend.
Exactly.
Just off the grid. Paused. Economically paused. Heads, it's chicken salad. Tails, it's tuna.
All right.
Here we go. It is heads. You win yet another coin toss.
Woohoo. 2 for 2. I win.
One and nothing. The next sandwiches. I already know the winner of this one. But it's a ham and cheese sandwich, a classic.
Classic.
That it could also include your French style ham with brie on a baguette and maybe a cornichon. A baguette. I'm gonna stop.
I was gonna let you keep rolling.
Nah, I'm gonna stop. I feel like the French get that a lot. They don't, they don't.
Yeah, that's true. They don't need that from us.
No, they don't need that from us. Ham and cheese sandwich in all of its iterations. Or a BLT?
Well, I'm actually not sure where you're leaning on this one, but I'm going to throw this at you.
Yeah.
I feel like a BLT is like the start of a sandwich, but not a sandwich.
Oh.
I feel like a BLT is like it's missing the main ingredient. Like you throw some turkey on there, now I'm happy. Throw some avocado in there with that turkey and the BLT, like I'm good. But
let me paint you a picture. Okay. Delicious fresh bread, sourdough, hacked off the boule. A little bit of butter. Let's get that going on, right? Let's get that toasted up, grilled, toasted, whatever. A nice, a liberal, but not too liberal, pass of mayonnaise on each slice. Lettuce, iceberg, crisp, or romaine, crisp. Juicy lettuce. You can hear it. Thick cut bacon, 2-3 slices. Okay? And a fresh beefsteak or heirloom tomato out of the garden, juicy, and just you wave the knife past it, and it just cuts off like a steak of delicious fresh, juicy tomato. A little salt. Bam. Pepper. Top. Crunchtown. Get the fuck out of here with that ham and cheese.
Yeah, but hot ham and melted Swiss on a buttery, flaky croissant.
And to all the patty specials of... You're throwing McDonald's at me, dude.
Or on a McMuffin.
I just took you down this lush ASMR sandwich making cosplay. And you throw a McDonald's ad at me.
I think I'm throwing Starbucks at you. Did
whatever.
Someone said at McDonald's.
The croissantwich.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's a McDonald's thing.
I don't know. It's one of them. All right, we're down to a coin toss again.
This is
ham and cheese, BLT. Heads it's ham. Tails it's BLT. And if fucking BLT loses, I'm gonna be furious. Oh god damn it! Ham and fucking cheese.
See, I snuck into your studio and waited.
Two-sided coin.
I waited I switched out your coin.
No. All right. Soldiering forth.
All right.
This one's not controversial, but it is singular in its role.
And we're moving on to the right side of the brackets now.
We are, yes. This will be our number 9. Monte Cristo. The Monte Cristo. Are you familiar with the Monte Cristo? Zach, I know you are the listener. Here's what a Monte Cristo is. It's basically French toast, except with cheese and mustard and turkey or ham. sometimes turkey
I think both.
and ham. Yeah. It's majestic. And then you finish that with some maple syrup.
I've had it. Some people serve it with with jam instead of maple syrup.
Fine.
I don't know if that's like a regional thing or if that's just a chef's choice kind of thing. But
fills a similar role. You're finishing it with something sweet.
yeah, and usually it's like a lot of times there's powdered sugar sprinkled on top.
Why not?
So why not? I mean, you've come this far.
Yeah. Let's dance.
Yeah.
The Monte Cristo is up against the Reuben. Man, I remember when we discovered Ryan's Deli, which is a great deli in Connecticut, New Vernon, Connecticut, exit 65 off of Route 84.
Yeah, specific directions.
Come off, if you're headed southbound, come off the exit, take a right. It'll be down there about a half mile on your left.
It's hard. It's hard to be driving through that area like at an off meal time.
Yes.
Like if you're going through there like late at night or early in the morning or something, you're like, I want that Reuben from Ryan's Deli so bad. But it's like,
we wanted that Reuben so bad that we would route ourselves on tour and stop and stay at the cheapy motel next to Ryan's so we could wake up and eat it. And that didn't happen just once.
no.
It's an incredible sandwich. I mean,
their pickles are incredible there too.
Oh yeah.
Also, does this include the Rachel, which is the Reuben with coleslaw substituted for your sauerkraut?
Yeah. I mean, if we're going all styles cheesesteak, right?
Yeah, and also now we're talking corned beef and/or pastrami, right?
That's right. I'm a pastrami guy, or a corned beef guy. I really don't care.
I really don't care either.
Yeah, it's all good. Or turkey. I don't care. It's all good. Pastrami. That'd be my first choice. Pastrami Swiss, Russian dressing, sauerkraut, grilled bread. Holy crap! I just ate my explosive burrito, and I'm still hungry talking about this. I'm looking at the Reuben as like a potential contender to take the whole thing, take it all down.
I'm gonna go there with you. Like the Monte Cristo is one of my favorite sandwiches, but I feel like it's a sometimes treat. Where this Reuben is just it's good any given time.
Yeah, if death weren't a potential consequence, it's an everyday sandwich.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fortunately, death is very much a potential consequence.
Remember when we used to stop because we were so obsessed with In-N-Out, and because we're from the East Coast, we weren't exactly sure if we were going to get back to an In-N-Out, so we would like stop at every In-N-Out.
Yeah.
Gained a lot of weight on that particular leg of that tour.
Yeah, nothing like eating 4 cheeseburgers and then sitting in the van for 8 hours straight.
Does a body good.
Yeah.
All right, next sandwiches are another couple classics here.
We're giving free advice to anybody who's admired our physiques and wants to know how we achieved it.
Yeah. What's my secret? Well, I logged a lot of miles and I downed a lot of donuts.
I've swallowed a lot of pride in my day. A lot of pizzas, too.
This is the show where we just do other people's material.
We have to get a bunch of licensing and copyright clearances for this episode.
Our most expensive episode to date.
Yeah.
We're going to find out that one of these sandwiches' names is actually like patented. Whatever. It
costs $100 every time we say it.
Yeah. Don't say it. Next, two giants coming up again here. The fried chicken sandwich and the pulled pork sandwich. I don't know which way to go on this one, bud.
Man, they're both so good. It's interesting too because a lot of times a fried chicken sandwich or a pulled pork sandwich will be served on the same roll that said establishment would serve their burger on, which we wouldn't consider a sandwich because it's a burger.
That's right.
But man, I mean, when like good barbecue is some of the best ever, and pulled pork at a good barbecue joint. Actually, even at a bad barbecue joint, pulled pork's usually really good.
Yeah, it's kind of like the pizza rule. You know what I mean? Like yes, there's incredible pizza, and then there's good pizza, there's fine pizza, and then that's it. That's the bottom. Like bad pizza is like literally like rotten, or uncooked. It's like on one end of the spectrum. But if you have successfully put a round bread item in an oven with cheese and tomatoes on it, it is good. Minimum. Pulled pork, also kind of that way. It could be dry, but yeah, that's what they make sauce for.
Yeah.
You know? But a good pulled pork sandwich, get out of town.
I mean, usually the place that has the really good pulled pork sandwich also has really good homemade barbecue sauces. So you're still slopping more sauce on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Salvage Barbecue, 919 Congress Street.
There you go.
They make a fine pulled pork sandwich there.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. So, but a fried chicken sandwich. Man, you got the mayonnaise there usually, a little bit of lettuce. You get a little hot sauce on situation going on. You get,
and everybody like seasons their fry breading a little bit differently, so you can get some real treats out there.
Real action, yeah. Get some good action on that batter. Like if it's nice and crispy too, it's like double crunch with the lettuce.
And you can, there's a whole variety of sauces you can put on it. Like when you're talking pulled pork, you're talking just like maybe a couple different variations on barbecue sauce. But
vinegar
fried
sauce.
Fried chicken, you can go like, honey mustard on fried chicken, or goodness.
Ketchup.
Or even ketchup if that's your thing.
Mustard, mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Combination of or barbecue sauce.
Yes. I would say though that a pulled pork sandwich generally results in me needing a nap immediately.
Oh no. Yeah. No. We're not. That's not what we're talking about here.
Yeah. But it would play into my decision if I was looking at a lunch menu right now.
Yeah.
If it came down to these two.
Well, I'm going to go with the fried chicken sandwich.
I'm going to roll with you on that.
Okay.
Man, yeah, this is also one of those things where like if I were to make like a top 10 favorites list, the pulled pork might rank higher than fried chicken, but at the same time, I just feel like the fried chicken is the right choice to advance in this round.
This is the pulled pork sandwich is your Raiders of the Lost Ark of this episode.
It might just be, but also the meatball sub is that too.
Yeah,
so.
The BLT is my close encounters, which I can't even believe it didn't make it out of the first round. The BLT. Anyway, the next two sandwiches, Zach, a banh mi or a turkey club. I got something to say about this. I think that we may have made error in including the turkey club, and I know that oftentimes we end up in these pickles when I mention things in this tone, and you're like, "Oh, it's a straight vindictive move because the BLT didn't make it on." But that's not what's motivating me here. I think that the turkey club is a great sandwich and a go-to sandwich. But it's co-opting the BLT. It's basically like an apartment on top of a bar.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the turkey club has probably tainted my view of the BLT because the turkey club is everything that I want a BLT to be.
Even the one I described sumptuously?
Oh, I would love the one that you described with a third piece of bread and a layer of sliced turkey in there. Cut into quarters.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So little cello-topped toothpicks.
Oh, yeah.
So I motion that we substitute the turkey club with one of the two following sandwiches.
Go on.
Cucumber sandwich. Or a Thanksgiving sandwich if we want to keep turkey on the menu.
Oh, man. So now we have a mini playoff to decide which one goes into this.
Yeah.
So, oh, man.
And because I suggested, I'm going to unequivocally let you decide between the two.
Wow. Even though I've already won 3 coin tosses.
That's all luck.
That's true. Man, I was all psyched to get on board with the cucumber sandwich until you mentioned Thanksgiving sandwich. And now I'm just thinking about stuffing and cranberry and turkey breast. Yeah. Man, yeah, the Thanksgiving sandwich is it's a seasonal treat, obviously, being Thanksgiving sandwich, but man, is that good. Like I feel like the days after Thanksgiving where you just get to pile all the leftovers between 2 pieces of bread.
Yeah, and your family's gone.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You have to deal with your weird uncle.
Yeah, that's a real treat, the Thanksgiving sandwich.
Yeah, so you're gonna go with the tea giving sandwich on that one?
I am.
Okay, that's a fine choice. Sorry, vegetarians, that we have no offerings for you anymore. Well, we didn't before either, because the Turkey Club wasn't exactly vegetarian.
Yeah, the closest we had was like a BLT.
Yeah, the closest was a BLT, which involves bacon. So the banh mi. Here's what I know about the banh mi: nothing except that they're delicious.
Yes.
Every single banh mi sandwich I've had has been excellent, and I'm not exactly sure what the meats are. I feel like there's like it can kind of switch around, move, change, kind of be like pates, spreads, all this kind of stuff. But like you get the nice crispy, fresh vegetables on top of that.
Yeah, it's usually like the crispy like shredded carrots and usually, I think like some sprouts maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And usually the meats are cut very thin. Like it's not like a because it's a Vietnamese sandwich, right?
Yes, he
and,
says.
I've never had the banh mi bread anywhere else. Like,
Right.
you know, you have to go to one of those Vietnamese places to get a banh mi sandwich, and it's so good. It's so like light and flaky and like sweet almost.
Yeah, it's like almost like a leans towards a croissant.
Yeah,
Not
and I
quite
don't know
as
what
buttery,
kind of like I don't know. There's always some sort of like dressing or something in there that's like kind of sweet too. It's really good.
Yeah.
And most of the time, I mean, I haven't had a banh mi sandwich in a while now, but I remember the first time I had one was when I lived in Oakland. There's a very downtown Oakland has a large, I don't know, like pan-Asian community. And yeah, I remember getting a banh mi sandwich for like $3 and it being amazing. And then coming back to Portland, and there's a Vietnamese place, I think, across from
Bucks.
Bucks, yeah, which I don't know if it's there anymore, but they had the banh mi sandwich for $4 or $5.
I think
that was delicious. Yeah,
yeah, that's a great sandwich.
Yeah,
in
and
fact,
for a guy on a budget,
that was my first banh mi. Is that from that location? But not my last. I feel a little underqualified talking about the banh mi just because I don't have as in-depth knowledge of like what goes into the making of a banh mi properly. But on the same token, I love the song "Stairway to Heaven," but I don't know how to play that either. So whatever.
You got to hang out in guitar stores more.
Do I?
No, you don't.
No. Between a banh mi and a Thanksgiving sandwich, it's a spicy question.
It is.
You know what? I love the taste of a Thanksgiving sandwich so much. It is so unique and always delicious and rewarding. I'm going to go with the tea-giving sandwich.
I'm going to go with you on that as well.
Okay. And sorry to all the Turkey Club fans out there. We kept turkey on the menu, but yeah, it's not an imposter.
No.
But it is. It's like if we put a hot dog on top of a hamburger and tried to call it a new sandwich.
I do have to say there are. I have been served turkey clubs before, which to me don't belong in the turkey club. Like the club, it needs the 3 slices of bread, and it needs to be cut in quarters, and it needs the toothpicks. I've had people just pass off like a turkey BLT and call it a club, cut in half. Like that's not right.
Well,
get with it, those places.
Okay. I'd like to also point out that earlier Zach said that because we're having nice weather here in Maine today, that he'd put on shorts, but then when getting to his recording post, realized that he was cold and has a blanket spread across his knees right now as he's saying
style.
like, yeah, and as he goes like, I had somebody give me a turkey sandwich with the bacon on it, and they called it, that's not a club.
In my day, if you wanted a club, it needed 3 pieces of bread.
3 with toothpicks, damn it. With a cellophane and red cellophane, do not orange or green.
We need to kill more trees for the sake of this sandwich.
Yeah, I need my sandwiches cut into 4 pieces, 4 bite-sized pieces.
And I want the chips in the middle.
Yeah. If it's served otherwise, out of here.
Yeah. If the chips are on the side, you failed.
No
They're in the
tip,
middle.
1 star. Will not be back. All right, we got 2 more sandwiches to get through before we get into these semifinals, or I guess the quarterfinals. I don't know. I know just enough about sports to make me dangerous.
Yeah, this is my entry into sports right now. So.
This is me being athletic. Yeah. We've got the roast beef sandwich versus the Italian. Now, what kind of Italian? Again, it's whatever kind of Italian. Everyone's favorite Italian is the one they grew up with, and they're all correct. Although I would guess, and this is guessing, but I'll say it out loud just in case someone wants to argue with it in their own brain, because I'm not going to listen. But I would imagine that the Italian sandwich, as we know it, found its origin somewhere probably down in like the New Jersey, New York region. So if there was like an argument as to whether like, the main Italian, the Amato's Italian, that's a thing. It turns out that's only a thing up here. It's only a thing
only
here.
a thing up here.
Yeah, but like, like the more Jersey Joe style, I would say that, they have probably more bragging rights or, claim to lay further south. But that said, whatever Italian it is you enjoy, the Italian sandwich versus the roast beef. What kind of roast beef? We talk about cold, deli, thin, medium rare, thin slice stack of juicy roast beef meat with crisp iceberg lettuce, some shaved onion, maybe a little Swiss cheese and some horseradish mayo? Or are we talking Arby's style or Kelly's roast beef down on Route 1 in Saugus, which is a tasty heap and pile of warm roast beef, fresh sliced roast beef, also with cheese if you want it. Both good. Both count. But Jones, it's between this roast beef sandwich and the Italian. Where are you going?
Well, roast beef I feel like is a tasty sometimes treat, especially like the Kelly's. That's a nice stop to make when you're headed down to Boston from Maine. Italian, I mean, as you said, everybody there's so many. I'm sure if we were to look up the definition of Italian, there's probably a very specific thing, which is why people are so defensive about like some things not meeting the qualifications.
Yeah.
Like the Amato's real Italian.
Yeah.
But and every corner deli has like their own like signature Italian sandwich, and they're always, for the most part, always delicious. You kind of can't go wrong with an Italian, and that's where I'm leaning.
I'm gonna go with you there.
Right on.
Other Side Deli up here has an Italian sandwich. It's warm.
I don't know if I've ever had a warm Italian, other than the one left in the car for a half hour, like Spose was talking about.
All right. We'll take a quick break for the Bull Moose Minute, and then we'll be back to narrow this down.
Exciting. Greetings, friends. Zach Jones here with your Bull Moose Minute for the week beginning September 28th. New this week at Bull Moose, a brand new record by Aloe Blacc, All Love Everything. In the 7 years since Aloe Black's last album, Lift Your Spirit, the global superstar spent time working on an even dearer project, his family. All Love Everything, his upcoming album, is the singer-songwriter's first collection of material written as a father, a journey that's expanded Aloe Black's already heartfelt artistic palette. The listeners who have followed Aloe Blacc on the course of his 14-year-long career know that his facility with language and sound is deep. If anyone was up to the task, it's him. All Love Everything by Aloe Blacc is going to be available on LP and CD at Bull Moose. If you haven't checked out Aloe Blacc before, you should, because he's really good. He's got like a really good throwback soul feel with a modern twist. Talented dude. Also available this week at Bull Moose on both LP and CD is a brand new record from American treasure and icon Dolly Parton. This is a holiday record. It's called A Holly Dolly Christmas. An Instagram post from Dolly Parton says the album features some of her favorite people, including Miley Cyrus, Willie Nelson, Michael Bublé, Jimmy Fallon, Billy Ray Cyrus, and more. This record actually became, like many of us, it became a quarantine record. I'm reading on countryliving.com right now, and they say Dolly worked with producer Kent Wells on the album, and of course, the pandemic had a dramatic effect on their timeline. The two still had plenty of work to do when COVID-19 restrictions were put in place. Dolly's friends who appear on the album largely recorded their duet parts from their respective quarantine locations and sent them to Dolly and Kent to finish the project. Much like Spencer and I are doing this podcast and other projects that artists are working on these days. A Holly Dolly Christmas, available on LP and CD at Bull Moose. Bull Moose also has all of your movies and CDs and LPs and, posters. And I say it every week. You name it, Bull Moose has got it. They'll take care of your entertainment needs. You can find them at bullmoose.com, where you can browse their selection right there, or you can find the location nearest you. They have locations in Maine and New Hampshire, where they are open for retail with pandemic protocols in place for your safety. You can also find them on Instagram at Bull Moose Stores. I'm Zach Jones. This has been your Bull Moose Minute.
It's going to get harder before it gets easier. But one thing we have to keep in mind is no matter what conclusion we come to, none of these sandwiches are junk.
Yeah, just one of them gets to wear the king's crown.
Yes. Or the queen's crown.
That's right.
Why is it queen's crown? It's not queen's, never mind. King's crown. Never mind. Moving on.
I'm going to leave an angry comment for that one.
Yeah, just you go ahead. Get ahead of that one. We're going to make a choice right now, you and me, Jones, between the grilled cheese sandwich and the steak and cheese.
I'm leaning toward the steak and cheese.
I'm going to give it to you.
Okay.
I'm going to agree. You win nothing.
Oh. Are you taking away my queen's crown?
Yes. It has been removed. Yeah. I'm giving you that one, too, because I can get out on the technicality and just order steak and cheese, hold the steak, and get my grilled cheese.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yep. And in my brain, it's the steak tips. That's the one that I'm going for over the Philly steak and cheese, which is amazing. Mm-hmm. No shade. What a wonderful sandwich. Love you, Philly.
I mean, yeah. Every House of Pizza though has their own version of the shaved steak sandwich too. Yeah, they're all good.
They're all good. Even if we went to like a used food store and got a package of like sizzling or whatever, not sizzling, that's fake bacon, but steakums. You know what I mean? Which is just the worst cut of frozen paper thin meat.
Yeah, and they're delicious.
And yeah, you could fire the biggest bullshit, almost not cheese that's made of no food. Still be good. It would still be good. All right, chicken salad sandwich and a ham and cheese. I'm going chicken salad on this one.
I'm with you.
Yeah, it's just chicken salad sandwich.
Yeah.
Can't believe what this should have been is chicken salad up against BLT. I just want to say that one last time. Well, now I have two more opportunities to say that because I'll also note that probably the BLT should have been the winner. But whatever. It's fine.
Man, that's like a starter kit to me. That's not even a sandwich.
You're so rude. What a rude person you are.
Craigslist podcast co-host wanted.
That's right. Yeah, we're kind of tearing through this. I realized I probably should have done the Bull Moose Minute after we did the first half. But yeah, it is what it is. Single elimination.
Yeah.
Our next two, Reuben's versus fried chicken sandwiches. I know where I'm at right now.
Oh, okay. This I think is probably one of the matchups that's tearing at me the most right now.
Interesting. Talk to me. Talk me through it. Where's your head at?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking of like the glory of a Reuben from Ryan's Deli, or really any good deli. There's a handful of good ones in Los Angeles. Um, but then, yeah, the fried chicken. I mean, wasn't there like a whole thing earlier this year where, when the only thing people had to worry about was whether or not they could get a fried chicken sandwich from a fast food restaurant? Do you remember that whole that whole controversy?
No, I was just playing along. I thought you were going to a bigger.
No.
Is this an actual thing that happened?
No, I mean, maybe it was late 20, or yeah, maybe it was 2019. Maybe it was before this year. I don't know. It all runs together now. But yeah, Popeyes released a fried chicken sandwich that apparently was supposed to like compete with the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich, and people went nuts about it. Like Popeyes was like selling out of their fried chicken sandwiches, and like it was like people were like standing in line and like getting in fights with each other, like fighting over the final chicken sandwich.
Like
there was like
those retail
violence
runs on Black Friday kind of thing.
Exactly. It was exactly like that. Yeah, like parking lot violence over a chicken sandwich. I mean, now we've all got bigger fish to fry than worrying about fried chicken sandwiches, except for us.
Yeah.
We're doing a whole show on this.
No, we do not have bigger fish to fry unless we're talking about a fried fish sandwich, which probably should have been on this list at some point.
Probably. I regret that I brought that up now.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Fried fish sandwich.
Also, you reminded me with your story about your breakfast burrito that we did not put any breakfast sandwiches on here. Other than ham and cheese, maybe.
Fools.
Fools. But Reuben versus fried chicken, I guess.
No, I'm not over it yet. Egg and cheese with a sausage patty, or bacon, but a sausage patty with American cheese or cheddar on an English muffin, or a croissant, or bialy, or just regular old toasted bread.
Yep, can't go wrong.
Thin coat of mayo, but really we're talking about an English muffin here. Fools.
Or a bagel.
A bagel. Yep. Man.
Well.
Fuck. This show sucks.
Show canceled.
This is a stupid show that we run.
Thanks for listening, everybody. This is our last episode.
We're terrible.
We don't deserve to go on.
This is dumb. All right. So,
all right. Reuben or fried chicken?
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to lean toward fried chicken. I don't know. It's tough.
Well, it looks like we have to have another coin toss because I'm not moving.
Do you want to try to talk me into a Reuben?
Sure. I'm actually grabbing the coin. I threw it really far.
Fired it across the room.
I did.
After your third consecutive loss. Or I guess this fourth if you consider the last episode.
Oh, boy. A Reuben. I mean, you have like all the different types of meats that you could have in a Reuben. The rye bread with like the rye seeds in there.
And the marble rye.
Marble rye.
Oh.
Also very good.
Yeah.
Rose Foods here in town, they make it's just a pastrami sandwich. You can make it a Reuben, but it's just like even just the pastrami, just like the brining process in the smoking or cooking. I don't know how you actually render the meat for a Reuben. Do you bake it? I don't know. I guess you call that broiling. I don't know. I'm out. I don't know. File under bond me. I don't know how it's made. It's straight fucking magic. But again, each house has its own process in doing so. And the side of pickle, crunch, sauerkraut, the dressing. I mean, not to bring in other foods, but just picture like sipping on a matzo ball soup.
Ooh, yep. All right, I'll roll with you on the Reuben.
Thanks. I really didn't want to lose another coin toss.
Well, also, I'm also just getting fond memories of us sitting at the picnic table outside of Ryan's too. After a long drive, being able to chill out for a second and just enjoy one of the most delicious sandwiches ever.
Yeah, the Reuben's kind of like our sandwich.
Yeah, we're giving away some free sponsorships in this episode too.
Yeah, I thought about that, but I also don't, whatever. It's nice to know. It's nice to note where these things. It's not like Bull Moose is getting into the sandwich business. It's not really stepping on their toes.
But
who knows? Actually, maybe they are.
For two guys who can't even find a coin to toss.
Well, I had to go get one.
Giving away free advertising.
Yeah,
but it's okay. It's from the heart. So
yeah, it's not advertising. It's recommendation.
That's right.
Yeah. Maybe except for that Anthony's ad, I'm gonna need them to cut us a check for that.
Yeah. I mean, I'll spend it at their establishment.
Anthony's Food Shop, Route 1, York, Maine. Call 207-363-2322. I used to work there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, you railed off that phone number really quick.
Yeah. It's one of
Do they have a jingle already?
No.
Ah, maybe we should write that.
Anthony's.
It's great.
Here you go. Done. Check, please. $500. That's the going rate for jingles these days.
Yeah.
5 bones.
What a bargain.
Cough it up. Will work in trade. Okay, so we down to the Reuben. And next up, we have the Thanksgiving sandwich versus the Italian sandwich. Or as Italians call it, a sandwich.
Sandwich.
I know where I'm at.
What are you feeling?
Based solely upon its being available everywhere all the time, never out of season, and that the sheer variety, if you are perhaps fortunate enough to have a sandwich artiste assemble a sandwich for you, the Italian can go like a few ways. You can make some mods on that thing. I mean, yeah, you can make some mods on the Thanksgiving sandwich, but we're really talking about what? Mayonnaise, cranberry sauce, stuffing, turkey, and maybe some of that fried or the green bean casserole if you get
or some of the sweet potato.
Sure, or a whole slice of pumpkin pie.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with the Italian just because I feel like
I'm with you on that.
Okay. Great. So now,
So we are down to our semifinals, right?
I think that's what they call them.
I think you're right. I think that's what the sports people
Sports people.
Refer
We
to
are
it.
born on Jupiter.
sports people.
We are from California.
For you.
Um,
Man, we owe more
yeah, we should.
more copyright and licensing money.
Yeah, that's right.
We really need Anthony's to come through now.
Yeah, that's right. Steak and cheese versus a chicken salad sandwich.
Whew, man, this is tough.
That's a rough one because they fill two distinct voids.
Yes.
One, you eat and it goes into your stomach. The other one, you hold in your armpit.
All right.
Gotta go.
Okay. Also, I mean, chicken salad you can eat for lunch or dinner, or if you're feeling frisky, maybe even breakfast.
Frisky.
Although, now that I think about it, I guess you could do that with steak and cheese too.
Oh,
'cause
hell
you can
yeah.
put steak and cheese on a breakfast sandwich.
Fire
actually.
an egg on that thing.
Yeah, and you're good to go. Man, oh wow! It just I'm trying to think. Like, if I was in line at Anthony's right now, Anthony's Food Shop, Route 1, York, Maine.
Called 207-363-2322.
I hope they actually get some business from this.
I think we're the ones that need the business, to be honest with you.
Just yeah, if you're listening to this and you do end up going to Anthony's, tell them Spencer and Zach sent you.
Tell them, attempt to use the following code, SAZETU, for 10% off, and see what they say. Just go ahead and attempt to do that. And be ready to receive blank stares. You just be like, they come in here all the time. One of them used to work here. Nope, nothing.
Nope, doesn't ring a bell.
Actually, if you go tell Mark, if he's around, or Eric Fernald now runs the roastery. Did you know that?
That's right.
Yep.
I did know that, actually. Yeah.
Eric Fernald is a friend of ours and also accompanied us on tour for a period of time. And he loves coffee. In fact, he even has a distinct way of saying coffee because he says it a lot. Like, oh man, I could really go for a cup of coffee right now. He would say coffee. Coffee. I'm not doing it right. How'd you... yeah.
You're doing it better than I can.
Coffee. But anyway, so yeah, he ends up taking over the roastery at Anthony's. Like, how appropriate.
It's what he was probably like meant to do. All those conversations in the van about all the different kinds of coffee.
Yeah, he knows his
And now
shit.
he's a coffee roaster. He knows his shit. Yeah.
Yep. First best destiny.
Yeah. Well, he's also very good at music and working on guitars and stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
But he talked about coffee more than guitars.
He did.
So.
He did. Like I almost ended up in special makeup effects, but like, you know, music, right? Because music.
Yeah.
So chicken salad, steak and cheese. If you
never answered the question.
If you're in line at Anthony's right now, what would you order? That's what you're saying, right?
Yes. Right now, I would get Right now, I'd get a chicken salad, but ask me at 6:00 tonight, and I would probably lean the other way.
Yep. I mean, if you're on the fence, I might be able to help.
Oh, please go ahead.
It's steak and cheese.
Okay, thank you.
Get that bun, and you got the peppers if you want, onion. Oh man.
Yeah, sautéed mushrooms.
Yep. Because unlike like the bad steak and cheese, of which there are none, there is such a thing as a bad chicken salad sandwich.
Yeah, I've had those before.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time from like a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
When you shouldn't be, you know, whatever. It's like midnight.
Yeah, you shouldn't eat that anyway. You shouldn't eat that. Doesn't matter
For
what
whatever
time
reason,
you
yeah.
got it, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it's just usually like when you're in there at like midnight, it's because there are 0 other options available and you didn't eat earlier like a responsible person.
Yeah.
You're like, I guess I'll get this.
Foods made at 7-Eleven or any convenience store are unsafe at any speed or time of day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This show not brought to you by Foods at 7-Eleven.
Nope. Unsponsored.
You're best to leave those on the shelf at all times, which is what a lot of people do, which is also why it's a problem when you take one off the shelf.
Yeah, no one should eat that. Like, you go to bed hungry. Just sleep it off. You'll be fine. Your body will adapt. It'll adapt to not eating quicker than it'll adapt to having eaten that.
Yeah.
So, the other two that we got to wind down on, ZJ, is the Reuben and the Italian.
I mean, I guess if you were going to make the same argument, I have had I guess I've had more bad Reubens than I've had bad Italians.
Oh, I haven't. Like, you get an Italian with like a garbage tomato on there, fucking party's over. And
so here's the thing. I'm not a big...
Go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry. I interrupted you.
No.
No, please. I'm not a big tomato guy, so I always end up taking off a few of the tomatoes if it's loaded with tomatoes. Like, I'll leave a few in there just for texture, and but
now I see why the BLT didn't make it. You're
starter sandwich.
You're kind of like nonplussed on the T. You're like, whatever.
Yeah, that is a huge part of it.
Yeah. See, I'm here's how I'm a tomato person. There is barely anything in this world better than a delicious tomato, and there's almost nothing worse than a gross tomato. And you know, like those gross tomatoes that are like, they're kind of like, look like they're made of styrofoam. They're not really red. They're kind of like a pinkish, weird color. And you bite them, and they're just like bitter with no flavor. And the seeds come marching out into your mouth like you know, it's like some sort of insect is like birthing its eggs into your mouth. Disgusting. Some horror Ridley Scott nightmare fuel. Like, that is the worst. You know, and then like with Italian, I don't know, like a Reuben takes thought no matter what. There's a process involved here. You know, beyond just like slicing meat and putting it on there. And again, no disrespect. A great Italian is incredible. Sandwich and people, right? Like, just, you know, an awesome Italian is awesome. But like, I've definitely had way more poorly and hastily assembled attempts at Italian sandwiches than a Reuben. At least with a Reuben, you are getting some pastrami or corned beef, even if it's just like cheese and like, Thousand Island dressing or whatever, I
guess like whenever I get an Italian, it's usually from like the places where I love their Italian sandwiches. So like a Reuben is one of those things where like you might sit down at a random restaurant and be like, oh, they've got a Reuben on the menu. That looks really good. And then you get it and it's like, it's a little too greasy.
Sure.
The meat's like kind of overcooked and chewy.
Yeah.
Like the sauerkraut might be like a little like mushy.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, not sauerkraut is mushy by nature, but
No, it should be crisp. It should be like a pickle. It's like a pickle. Yeah. It's like a pickle.
Yeah.
How about this? Let me throw this at you. If I went to pick a fancy restaurant.
I don't even know the names of any fancy restaurants.
Let's just call it Jim Julio's Fancy 5-Star.
Oh yeah,
Lounge.
Highly rated in the Zagat's guide.
That's right.
Yeah.
And if they had a Reuben on the menu, I might be like, I might try that Reuben. But they can take that thing for a drive. But then I also might try an Italian, but I would definitely try a Reuben. I'd definitely consider it. I'd probably get a steak. But yeah, I'm going to just say I've eaten my length many times over in Italian sandwiches, and I have no plans of stopping. It's one of my favorite sandwiches. But when it gets right down to it, I got to give it to the Reuben.
Yeah, I mean, you once again have made a convincing argument in favor of the Reuben.
It's a perfect
keep
sandwich.
Going back to it is, and I guess it is done right more than it's done wrong. But when it's done wrong, it is very, 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 very disappointing.
No, I agree.
Yes.
I mean, any of these sandwiches, except for steak and cheese, when done wrong, is very, very, very disappointing. So we're going to go with Reuben on this one?
Yeah, let's go with the Reuben.
Okay. R-U-B-E-N. This takes us down to the, this is it. It's the playoffs. Is that what they call it? In sports ball?
I think the whole thing is called the playoffs, right?
Oh, I don't know. I'm so unqualified.
Yeah, we've got, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
The finals.
Here we go. The finals.
Or the final.
The final.
Yeah.
This is it. It's between steak and cheese and a Reuben.
Wow. We've got two meaty, greasy sandwiches.
Yeah.
I should have known it would come to this.
Yeah.
Whew. Man.
I feel like I've done a lot of sales pitching for the Reuben.
You have, and they're all sticking in my brain, which is why that is actually kind of where I'm still leaning.
Yeah. And here's why I'm going to go with Reuben again on this one. Because I cannot get from a steak and cheese that which I can get from a Reuben. But those voids that I need filled by a steak and cheese, which would be delicious meats with cheese. That's another thing, too, is like we didn't talk about the cheese factor on Reuben. I can get that from a Reuben. You know, unless we're doing like a Reuben-style steak and cheese. I'm not talking... I mean, if we're going to stay like roughly on menu here, you know, within a couple, you know, your standard mods, not like some custom shop shit. Mashup. Yeah.
I've had like in my day I've probably eaten more steak and cheese sandwiches than I have Reubens, but I think I've had more like moments of ecstasy from a Reuben. Yeah, when you get like
pleasure.
Like
You're like Barbarella in the pleasure machine.
Like, you know, when you're eating the best Reuben, like you're just like filled with so much joy.
Yeah.
And you get that from even like the best Philly cheesesteak is a magical thing.
Magic.
But that level of just like otherworldliness you get from a delicious Reuben.
Oh, it is like
I've never had from a steak and cheese.
Yeah, you do like the When Harry Met Sally, like, you know, which takes place in a deli. She's probably had the Reuben. That's probably why Meg Ryan was faking an orgasm sound there because she just took a bite of a Reuben. Yeah, it's true. And like I find with Reubens, I have to slow myself down. Like, don't eat it, savor it. I'm I'm always sad when I get to the end. I'm full. I'm covered in like grease on my face, and I'm sad. So I'm happy.
You still got a cup of matzo ball soup and a huge helping of potato salad to work through too.
Pot sal. We didn't even get into sides. Might have to do best of the best potato prep. All right, next up we got chips versus potato salad. Mashed versus scalloped.
How many people just hit unsubscribe?
Yeah,
Okay,
so many.
Right, I see where this is going.
So many.
Wow. So our sandwich champion is the Reuben.
Oh, if you chose the Reuben.
Oh yeah. That's right.
I thought you were going that way, but I didn't know if you were gonna like pull some drama.
Yeah. No. I thought we had just made a decision.
Great.
So I'm happy with this.
I feel that this is a great sandwich.
Agreed.
I feel like it's the greatest sandwich.
And the thing is, like, a Reuben doesn't have to be greasy. Like, sometimes it is.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're neat and tidy. I don't know how they pull that off, but they do sometimes.
Yep. The perfect Reuben is not too greasy.
Yeah.
And not too dry.
That's right. The perfect balance.
Perfect balance of greasy and dry. It's a Reuben. All right, well, we have a winner. Disagree with us? Leave a comment somewhere. I don't know. Agree with us? Go ahead. Or text us or email us at JeffRE, that's JEFFREE 2 number, D letter, at Gmail. JeffRE2D at Gmail.
At Spencer and Zach on Instagram.
That's right. I'm not going to give you my number to text me. That's not happening because enough people. No. It's usually like Monday around like between 9 and 10 a.m. is when I get my. That's when I get my first rush.
It's nice that I think like my friends from abroad, not abroad, but the other side of the country, are slowly tuning in.
Oh yeah.
So like I'll get texts about episodes that we did like 3 weeks ago, just like at random times during the week. Like, hey man, just started listening. That was great. So that's awesome. Keep that stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll if any of your California friends want to chime in on the sandwich, the sandwich debate, go ahead. But we might be like, please. We're not talking. This is not an oxygen bar. Do you really want to? Anyway. All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, Zach.
Bye, Spencer.
It's time for Happy Hour, presented by Main Spirits. Another episode. Another happy hour. Another delicious cocktail to learn about and make and sip and enjoy alone or with friends. These days, probably alone. But our drink this week is another multi-ingredient drink, but not too many. But we're going to make use of the cherry hearing that we used in a previous drink called the Remember the Maine. And we'll just get right into it. This drink is called the Blood and Sand. It's called Blood and Sand. It's not called the Blood and Sand. Let's get our tools together. We're going to need a shaker, a strainer, a rocks glass, and a measuring spoon. For ingredients, we'll need the following: a blended Scotch whiskey, cherry hearing, sweet vermouth, orange juice made from an orange, lemon, and cherry for garnish. Let's build this thing. In your shaker full of ice, please put 1 ounce of blended Scotch, 0.5 ounces cherry hearing, 0.5 ounces sweet vermouth, and 3/4 of an ounce of orange juice, and 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Combine all the ingredients in the shaker and shake vigorously. Now strain it into a rocks glass with fresh ice and garnish with a cherry. We get the nice Luxardo cherries. Very nice. Now let's take a sip. Ah, tremendous. This is not the classic build for this drink, actually. Originally, it was made with equal parts, 0.75 ounces of Scotch, cherry herring, sweet vermouth, OJ, and no lemon. But the original is a little bit too sweet, and it lacks punch. So that's why we mixed it up a little bit and added the splash of lemon. It's a pretty tasty brunch drink, too. It's a day wrecker, though, so you're going to be careful. Unlike the Brown Derby, was a little bit easygoing. This one will, take care of business. So, this segment is brought to you, as always, by Maine Spirits. You can learn more about them at mainspirits.com or download their app for your smartphone or follow them on Instagram at main_spirits. And as always, please drink this drink deliciously and responsibly. Spencer and Zach Explore the Universe is brought to you by Maine Spirits, Bull Moose, State Theater Portland, Maine, Sun Tiki Studios, and the Maine Music Alliance. This show is a Mistakes Were Made production.